Alright everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy Heroes video with Fat Phil. And on this video, we're going to talk about the Journey Guide. I'm going to rank each of these characters from who I think is the worst character in the Journey Guide at the time of unlock, and who are the best characters at the time of unlock. I will also do ships at the end of that, so stay tuned if you want to hear what I think about the ships. And when I say at time of unlock, what I'm referring to is that I'm taking a general guess at the quality of characters that you have at your disposal at the time you can unlock that Journey Guide character following a semi-structured farming guide. So just kind of keep those things in mind. And as always, guys, subscribe. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the month. Currently at 451 as of the time of recording. So smash that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment. Let's get into our video. So as you guys know, every video I start off of, because of the contract I have with absolutely no one, states that I must hype up Wampa in every single video. So I just want to say, Wampa, from the bottom of my heart, I love you and you are my king. All right, let's get into our video, guys. Let's talk about it here. So the first character on this list is Beskar Mando. At the time you will unlock him, most likely you're not going to have the teams to be able to take advantage of him. And so he kind of just needs a team, right? And unfortunately, at the time you can get him, you won't have the resources to really build that team. So he's kind of just homeless for a while. The next three characters on the list, I'm just going to, we're going to move down here. I will say these are good characters, and I use this team in 3v3, right? I even used these characters in 5v5, but 3v3 especially, I use these characters. The problem is oops, clicked on the wrong thing here. The problem is with Jedi Training Rey, the resistance characters you get for her don't really, not that they don't have synergy with her. They're not the best characters to use with her. R2-D2 is an unlock with Empire characters, and BB-8 is an unlock with First Order. So you could be doing completely different farms than resistance, right? And you're going to get these characters for BB-8 and R2. So I kind of put them here as they can be a team, but it's going to require resources that you might not have at the time, and you might not even be thinking about building that sort of team. All right, this next tier is additional investing. For each of these characters, there's additional investment required to get the best out of them. So we've got Commander Luke on this list. Commander Luke is probably my favorite character in this tier. I love Commander Luke so much. However, his best team doesn't come until much later in the game, so he's got to be down here. Emperor Palpatine and Grand Admiral Thrawn can both be unlocked using the Phoenix Squadron. Because remember, Emperor Palpatine is Rebels, and Grand Admiral Thrawn is Phoenix. So Phoenix kind of fills both of those roles. With them, the thing is, you need either Darth Vader and or Mara Jade to make that team really click, so additional investment required. Padme, she's a Separatist unlock, right? You need Separatist characters to unlock her. She's a Galactic Republic lead. She's unbelievably good with Jedi Knight Anakin, General Kenobi, Ahsoka Tano, and really any 5th Galactic Republic character. The thing is, by the time you get her, you'll probably at least have them at some usable gear levels where you can get use out of this team, but additional investment, right? That you've got to build that team. Grandmaster Yoda, you're going to get him super early. Now you unlock him with Jedi, and he is a Jedi, so he can at least go with Jedi. But to really get the full use out of him, we need characters that we're going to get later on down the road. All right, this next tier is I call it the fantastic tier, right? This is when we start getting into the real game-changing, day of unlock characters, right? So the first one is Darth Revan. Darth Revan is unbelievably good. He is super, he's a fantastic character. 2 of his unlock characters we can use with him in his squad, which are Bastila Fallen and HK-47. We can use both of those characters with Darth Revan daily. They're both Sith Empire. Same with Jedi Knight Revan. He's going to have 2 characters in Bastila Shan and Jolee Bindo here that we can use with his team, and you can actually take Grandmaster Yoda and slot him under Jedi Knight Revan. So now we've got 4 Jedi characters right there. Chewbacca and C-3PO. So Chewbacca is a bounty hunter unlock, but we also need the bounty hunters for so many other things in the game that it's fantastic. C-3PO is an Ewok, and Ewok Unlock, it is the worst event in the game. Hands down, his event is the hardest event in the game. I don't think anything compares. However, they slot beautifully with Commander Luke, and they will take Commander Luke and co to a level that you almost can't even comprehend until you're there at the difference of just quality of gameplay. So they are fantastic. They really make that team click. Han Solo is here just as a placeholder for the Millennium Falcon. But we will cover that later. Next, you have Starkiller and Grand Inquisitor. I have them in this tier of expensive but worth it. And I'm going to defend both of them. So we'll start with Grand Inquisitor. By the time you unlock Grand Inquisitor here, it's 5 characters, all Relic 5, but they're all Inquisitors. So you'll have his team built already, right? That you're going to, you unlock him, you gear him up, and you can use him with the characters you used in his unlock. With Starkiller, that's not the case so much. Starkiller, it's only 4 characters, which is brilliant, right? He's only a 4-character unlock and all at Relic 5, so he's much cheaper to unlock than Grand Inquisitor. You will use Mara Jade with your Starkiller team, most likely with Emperor Palpatine as the lead later on down the road. You're also going to get Dash Rendar, who really is best utilized inside of a prepared squad, which is, I would say, a very endgame team. So Dash Rendar, you actually might not use as much early on in the game and mid-game. Kyle Katarn will slot in with Rebel Fighters, which you can build the really ace team with like Hoth Rebel Scout, Pow, and Cara Dune, but my personal opinion, you're going to get the Rebel Fighters through the Jedi Master Luke farm, and Kyle kind of slots in there. And then Darth Talon, she goes with basically any Sith team and makes them better. She's actually, I think initially people weren't impressed with her, but I actually think outside, Mara Jade has always been like the shining jewel of these requirements, and I still think that stands today. But Darth Talon, I think, comes in at number 2 just for how plug and play she is with that Sith faction. Again, just one man's personal opinion. All right, time for some hot takes. Oh, actually, let me back up a second, and I'm going to say, let me back up, all right? So we're still on this expensive but worth it. Now, why do I have these 2 characters here when, people will say, oh, well, you need Omicrons for Starkiller, and he's only good inside of GAC. With Omicrons, he's also really good inside of Territory War if you have the Juani and Mara Jade Omicrons. The thing is, he far exceeds any level that Grand Inquisitor is in both of those game modes. The flip side of that is Grand Inquisitor not only has the assault battle, but there's some other game modes where you can really take full advantage of his kit that you can't do Starkiller. So, again, one man's personal opinion, it kind of evens out that the use you get out of, Starkiller and Grand Arena is so vast that it's really hard to say that Grand Inquisitor is as good as him. But when you're thinking of all the other things you can use Grand Inquisitor for, it's hard to say Starkiller's better, so we're putting him in that same tier. All right, hot take, guys. General Skywalker, on the day of unlock, will most likely not be as much of use to you as Darth Malak. Here's why. General Skywalker needs the entire 501st team at really good gear to get the full benefit of his team, right? And I'm not just saying that good gear is relics, right? That relative to your roster. Comparatively, Darth Malak slots right into the Sith Empire characters that you've used to unlock him through his journey guide, right? Because you need HK-47, you need Darth Revan, and you need Bastila Shan Fallen, right? There's 3 Sith Empire characters you need for his Rex. Comparative to General Skywalker, where none of the 501st, which is where he really shines in, fits in. So again, just one man's personal opinion that you've had to do all this extra investing to get the most out of your General Skywalker compared to Malak, where no additional investment, you've already got him in a team. So again, guys, this whole ranking list is saying at the time you unlock them, you're going to have XYZ. Jedi Knight Luke, in my personal opinion, is the best journey guide character. He is the pinnacle of the journey guide as far as characters go. He's got brilliant unlock requirements for Darth Vader, Hermit Yoda, the Millennium Falcon is on there, right? But the other thing that's on there is, of course, our King Wampa. So maybe a little bit biased here when I say that, but you know, he does have some really good unlocks. There are a few that you're like, but he leads you down that road of Jedi Master Luke and Jabba the Hutt as well. But really, he's just a fantastic character. He makes all Jedi better. Like a Jedi team that you would normally like just look at and laugh. You put Jedi Knight Luke in there as the leadership, and all of a sudden it completely changes your mind. So now we're going to talk about ships. So we're going to kind of come down. We're going to go back up to the top, and I have Grand Admiral Thrawn here as the first ship, which is the capital ship Chimera. And it's in this additional investing category. And I think that that's the best place for it. I really do. It's a good ship. It will, house your characters for a while. However, you need the additional investment in the Empire fleet to really get its full potential. Even not excluding like the Conquest exclusive TIE Interceptor, you still need a bunch of Empire ships to really get the most use out of that fleet. And so, this additional investing really felt, the right slot. Millennium Falcon. By the time you get this ship, you're probably going to have a Rebel fleet built, and the ships required to get it are bounty hunter ships, which you're going to build for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren and other fleets as well. So this is a fantastic ship, and it slots into that Rebel fleet that you've probably already built to this point. You're going to have the pilots ready, so it's just a no-brainer. It's a fantastic ship. So then finally, you come to the final two ships. You've got your Executor and you've got your Profundity. And I think I feel very confident when I say this that the Profundity is a level above Executor. And I'm going to give you two reasons why I think that. Number one is that for the Executor requirements, right, if we come here, we go to the Journey Guide, you need a 7-star Razor, or you need a 7-star Razor Crest to unlock it, right? You need the 7-star Razor Crest. You don't need Xanadu Blood, which is the Xanadu Blood is the key to this entire fleet. But there says nothing about Beskar or Mando in the prereqs, nor does it say anything about Xanadu Blood or Cad Bane. And that's a huge problem, because those are two ships that you need to not only gear the pilots, right, but you need to gear the pilots, make sure you have them ready, and it just is, I think, one of those situations where it's a lot better if they were Rex, because then you're forced to gear them up. So it's additional investing you need to do to make this fleet tick. With the Profundity, the elephant in the room for its requirements is that there is no Millennium Falcon listed. However, by the time you're ready to get this fleet, you're going to have the Millennium Falcon, right? Like, you're going to have it ready to go. Comparative to Executor, where you probably won't have a Relic Cad Bane by the time you're going for Executor, because you're going to probably go for Executor before you go for Jedi Master Kenobi. That's just me thinking through the requirements for Kenobi, him needing Commander Tano that's stuck behind Proving Grounds, compared to the Razor Crest, where the Razor Crest is available in fleet shipments. So I think for those two reasons, right, that yes, you're going to get Executor earlier, but you need to do additional investing, and that at the time that you unlock Profundity, you're going to have everything ready to go, and you'll be able to use it to its fullest extent. The other part of this is that a 4-star Profundity is beating a 7-star Relic 9 Executor fleet. And, I mean, do you need me to say more? That a 4-star ship is beating a 7-star ship. But that's those characters in the Journey Guide, guys. I am going to mention that we don't know. I left out Dr. Aphra. She's coming soon. We don't have all her requirements, and we don't know how good she'll be. So I didn't want to put her in as like a speculation of where I think she'll fit in, because we just don't know. Like, her characters are obviously going to be ones that we're going to have to almost put in the back burner if you're a newer player, right? So I just don't know how good she'll be, what other characters she needs to operate, how she's going to work. We just don't know, so I don't feel confident trying to put her in any category yet. Otherwise, guys, that's the end of the video. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think that I completely messed this up? Do you think there's bias in here, or do you agree with this list? As always, please smash that subscribe button, and you guys know what to do in the comments. Wampa is king, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.